Welcome back, Resin fans.
Hello.
We brought you a nice special episode today. Andrew and I are going to go and just talk about the general information going on in Formula One, where we think some tracks should be put, and overall talk about the schedule with the sprint races, and maybe dive into some of the Felipe Massa, Lewis Hamilton stuff.
Yeah.
And also, Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everyone.
It's Good Friday for all the Catholics and Protestants and Christians and pretty much every religion.
Is it every religion?
I don't know. Maybe not like Muslims or I'm not sure.
That would make sense.
Yep.
I'm not
Totally different God.
Yeah, I'm not cultured enough to really
Yeah, me neither.
have a discussion about
But
that.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to yous and yours. Yeah, and everything else in between. We're just gonna go give you guys a little maybe not like behind the scenes of like Liam and I, but like we're just gonna talk.
We're just gonna talk. We have Frankie is not here with us today. Andrew and I decided to do this like very last minute.
Yeah.
So Frankie's probably still sleeping. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not gonna discredit that. What time is it right now?
It's 10:30.
Frankie's definitely still sleeping. No, but just easier. Andrew and I live together. We live pretty close to each other. Frankie lives way out in South Windsor, so be a little bit of a trek for him, especially on Good Friday. I don't know if he has anything going on, but
Well, Italian probably have an entire day planned.
This is the thing. So I was actually talking to this one guy that I work with, and he's like, dude, his girlfriend's Italian. He's like, I have my girlfriend's Easter on Saturday, and then we have an Easter brunch on Sunday. So it's like, what do you say to the person when you go on Sunday the next time, and you're just like, oh, hey, how was your last 8 hours that I didn't see you?
I know. I get that.
It's like, you guys might as well just have a big sleepover.
I've had that like in my life as well with spouses and other family and all that kind of stuff. I shut it down. It's just way too much.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time for Christmas, it was like Christmas Eve with the in-laws, and then they wanted to do like Christmas morning, like for breakfast, and I'm like, I just saw you 8 hours ago, like you said, like we literally.
I'm still full.
Yeah, we're hanging out with them. We went home, packed up our stuff, whatever, got stuff ready for like the kids and all that.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to like see each other in like morning, like 8 a.m. I'm like, we're not doing that. No. We'll see them later on, and they wanted to see us later on in the day as well. So it would have been like,
It's like, why don't we just stay together? Let's just go get a cottage.
yeah, honestly,
And just,
not a
that
bad
way
idea.
we all sleep together. We'll go to a cottage, just make a weekend out of it.
yeah.
Instead of go home, drive back every time.
We've done that before too, and it's nice at the time, but then it's like, fuck. When you're actually there, it's like, fuck. Like it's kind of overload.
It's crazy.
And it goes both ways. Like for my family too. Like I can't be around my parents all the time.
Are we going to Sandbar today?
I am.
Is Sandbar a thing today?
Are you?
I'm not sure. I'm going to church at like 3 o'clock.
Well, then
Totally
not.
revitalizing my life. I'm going to be starting to go to church a little bit more.
Yeah? Actually?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm dead serious, man.
Good.
Because that's like, I mean, we grew up, you and I, we were Catholic growing up.
Mm.
So it's like, we went to Catholic schools, everything. So, I mean, I don't know.
It's a powerful
I'm
thing.
baptized. It is a powerful thing. I also haven't had the body of Christ in a long time. And if anyone that's Catholic knows, the body of Christ is delicious, especially when you're starved in church for 2 hours.
I mean, it's just a plain wafer.
Exactly. Put a little bit of peanut butter on it. No, don't put peanut butter.
BYOP?
Bring the packs. Imagine you bring the packs from like the
Like a
you
hotel?
go to-
At the concierge, you get comped.
You go to like
peanut butter
you
pack?
go to like a diner early, grab a couple jam packs, bring it into church with you. And you got a little knife. You're just spreading it over the body of Christ. That's terrible.
It's
I am. Yeah, I'm going to church.
It'd be like a crumpet.
Yeah. Toast it up.
You have a toaster
Bring
in
a mini toaster, like a George Foreman, something.
Oh
grill it
my
up.
God.
Make a tortilla.
Father, one sec, please. You want your eggs sunny side up or down? Have just fire up a whole entire breakfast session in like church. That wouldn't be a bad idea because it's right at like a brunch time too. Usually,
Yeah,
like a
it
morning
would be
mass,
pretty
it's like
good.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's different though, with like our whole area now. St. Greg's not around, which sucks.
Yeah, they changed right to Good Shepherd.
So for everyone that's in come see St. Clair Beach area, St. Greg's was the place to go for sure. But yeah, so that's kind of what the Easter's looking like for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, we're doing
Church day.
Sandbar at 4 o'clock. Just
Nice.
a nice fish dinner, and then I think with the in-laws tomorrow.
Oh, beautiful. Sounds like a
Then
good
Sunday,
time.
Monday off, which is like
I know we have such a long break with Formula One. I know we were talking about it on our last podcast,
Mhm.
but like, I don't know. One, how many races we have this year? It's like what
23. I want to say
3 races, and they want to eventually bump it up to 30. I bet like over time.
there has to be a point in time where, like for F1 being they're trying to be the leaders in going green and everything.
Oh, dude, I know. And it's
but then
so,
at the same time,
so
it's like
frustrating.
they're burning so much fuel with like the shipment because they use like containers, shipping containers and all that kind of
Yes,
stuff
yeah.
to travel.
Which we talked about on a recent
Which
podcast.
you brought it up, and then like also like jet fuel for bouncing from where do they start the season off in Bahrain?
Yeah, March
to
18th
to Saudi to Australia, and then going to Baku next. It's like you're burning
so much fuel,
tons of fuel,
and then the fuel that they're burning, like also there, like they
Yeah.
need generators and they need things
Yeah.
to operate their pit wall, and they have, as we know, Red Bull spent a little extra money on catering. They have great catering and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know if I like the idea of them kind of going green, because like my idea of going green is like not only reducing fuel consumption but just going totally electric, which I'm kind of against. I don't want everything to be fully electric. I'm a I'm a classic, like I like the combustion engine idea.
gearhead.
Yeah, I like that stuff. But like that's like even the Formula One drivers now. Like we saw short of Lewis Hamilton with a V10 flying by in the middle of an interview, and he just like had to stop and just listen. He's like, "Oh, it sounds so good." It did.
And more than half the grid don't even know what that is anymore because like
They didn't race with
they're
it.
all sub 30 years old, the majority of them.
I know. So it's like we're kind of getting, and I even think in regular time today, like just your average person, it's like they're getting away from how cool. Like remember we used to remember our grandpa, he like had go-kart and everything was it was so cool.
Yeah.
And it's like now that they're getting away from that, and now the generation coming up is just going to be so accustomed to like these small engines and like electrified cars, they're not going to know what they really missed out on realistically.
And they already have a Formula E series.
I know. And that's why like they can't. Could you imagine? I think the most catastrophic thing that would ever happen in the world is if Formula E and Formula One merged. It would probably happen if they did go fully electric and zero emissions.
Yeah, because like what would the separation be?
There wouldn't be anything. It would be, oh dude, that would be horrible. That would actually be. That would be the end of the Brazil F1.
And it would, but it also kill the sport.
It'd kill the sport.
Like there's no way.
Think about how many older people from the older generations watch Formula One. They're saying, there's electric now. Yeah, screw that.
I was gonna say, there's people who have like lived and died by gasoline and by fuel. So like they're gonna say, what is this electric bullshit? Like I'm not doing this.
So I was at work yesterday, and I'm an electrician for everyone that doesn't know. And I was working with the bricklayers, and bricklayers is a very like harder type trade, like rugged people.
Yeah.
So they were running. It was an interior wall that we were putting up, and they had this grade-all, which is a machine that lifts up like planks of block on top of scaffolding, right? And we were in an enclosed area, and they're running this engine. It just smells like diesel in there. I'm like, fuck, diesel smells like shit. It's a crappy fuel, right? And one of the bricklayers, he looks like the Crypt Keeper from Crypt Keeper from was it Tales of the Crypt?
Yeah, it's the goose. Yeah.
He looked at me and he goes, "Oh man," he's like, "Gasoline's the best smell." And it's like this guy just probably ups gas. He's like, "That's the best smell in the world, right there." It was just so funny. I was trying not to laugh. He's got like 4 teeth.
Oh god.
Oh, he's a great guy though. Super nice.
Hell of a guy.
Super nice guy. Yeah. But it's like, but those guys, like that guy, he told me he has like 4 Mustangs, and he just repos them. He's got 5 liters, 4.6 liters, like back to like the older engines. He's got a couple like 289s, which those guys are the ones that are interested mainly in the sport with internal combustion. Mm-hmm. Right? Like if something like that was to go, like you have those guys, and there's tons of those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna go, especially like you work at Chrysler.
Yeah.
Right? And
same thing for us.
It's the same thing for you. Like what's the atmosphere in Chrysler about with the whole electrifying and everything? Because you have obviously people that are like 25, 30 years working there, right?
And they've seen so much turnover in the last 25 years in that place. Like the changes in just whether it be staff or like fellow employees or just like infrastructure of inside the plant it's gone. It's flipped over tenfold. Like it's been crazy. And I actually just had some training last week. We had like this NTC training, so they bring us up to this like room. Mm-hmm. It's put on by the union, and they just kind of talk to us about like union, like what they do for you, like what the direction of the company is, and kind of all that stuff. Yeah. And they showed us a stat about, it was electric vehicle sales in all these different countries, and at the top of the list it was like Sweden, Finland. Like Denmark, or like the Scandinavian countries were like really high for electric vehicles. Yeah. Netherlands was there, and then it started to trickle down a little bit. And Canada was this one stat they showed. Canada, I think in 2018 was like 4.8% of all vehicle sales were electric, and then
Which is nothing.
last year it was like 8 point something.
Yeah.
So I stood up and I was like, I don't speak out ever because I'm just like I just kind of sit there and shut up.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy, right?
It was like a classroom with like 8 or 9 people, so it's kind of
Mhm.
small too. And I was like, so like, where's 8% of sales last year were electric, and we're gonna retool our entire facility
to be electric.
to back electric, because the new for all you that don't know, I think it's the same in the U.S. Maybe they want to be fully electric by 2035.
Yeah,
2035. They changed it a little bit,
which is.
But with that being said, they want to go by 2035, and a new stat came out just recently that the raw material, the raw minerals that we use for batteries, we're gonna run out by 2035.
100%, dude.
So
Absolutely.
it's like you want to be fully efficiently electric by a certain date, but we're gonna run out of the material to build electric.
And you also don't have a way of recycling it.
No, and they want to start doing hydrogen testing, I guess, like hydrogen powered batteries.
Which is, I mean,
you can put a bomb in a car, though.
Yeah, well, dude, it's crazy. And like, let's like, you know, how you're saying like Sweden,
driving
in
a
Finland, where literally, you're driving Fat Boy.
Yeah.
So like,
it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah, it is. Like you were saying that Finland, Switzerland, they're all the top. Okay, what is the population of those countries? The States has 350 million people in it. Canada has what, 35 million, 40 million? Like we have less than California.
Yeah, about 40 now.
So these countries, and Canada's it's the second biggest country on Earth, like
by landmass.
By landmass.
Yeah.
So why are we making this huge push for a population that is maybe, I don't even know yet, possibly 3 times, 4 times the size of it?
I don't have internet here.
No,
I was trying on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I don't know. Scandinavia, they're it's much less than us.
Yeah, and like we obviously come from our city, Windsor. We're right next to Detroit, the Motor City. Right, we build the Ford 5-liter here, the 7.3 liter, all internal combustion engines. Yeah. Right, big history city. We had at one point there was like 7 Ford plants or something. Like we had like 20 automotive.
Plus
plants.
GM was here.
GM was here. The transmission and Lear and everything. Right, but we saw that kind of like slowly fade away, and then just sold out to Mexico. But it would be detrimental to like this area of the world if we went fully electric, like especially Detroit. Like I know they're doing that Ford headquarters for like the old train station and everything, which is cool. It's a cool idea, but like they're just taking so many huge steps, I think,
and risks going
towards this kind of like almost like a fallacy idea, right? And you don't know what it could do, right? Like if these huge companies, if they start going negative in their profit, it's not going to be good overall for the economy.
Yeah, and like I'm not some asshole.
And
like,
Formula One.
I'm not an asshole. Like I'm totally for the environment. I'm pro.
100%,
pro green, whatever way you can.
For sure.
But you can't make an impulsive decision based on
what you
4%
based on an agenda.
Right, and I think in that same graph that I saw about the sales in Canada, I think U.S. is only 2%. Which I mean, but that's still what eclipses profit,
and,
I guess.
Well, 2% of 350 million people.
Math.
I don't know, but you guys do the math, right? It's a fraction. It's a fraction of the sales, right? But then you go on your phone and all you see is EV ads. Everything's an EV ad. It's like, okay, well, only 2% of the people bought these cars, right? So I think that it's being pushed on us more than what it is kind of sought out to be with how many people actually have them. And you even saw with the Super Bowl commercials. Remember they had Will Ferrell?
Yep.
He was driving the GMC or something like that, and it was fully electric. And he was all horny for it. it was pretty funny. It was a good commercial.
Will
but
Ferrell's he's like a spokesperson for California.
Yes,
so that's
California.
Obviously huge.
Exactly. And a lot of these big decisions are being based off of California.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely political agendas behind it.
100%.
Like, that's not like a secret.
100%.
Like I'm not breaking news, but
you think California would be like what part in California would be cool to do a Formula One race? San Francisco? Yeah. Could you imagine they had all like in
the mountain range?
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. That'd almost be like a spa, kind of.
Yeah, no, they definitely
up in the mountains.
They could, but like
I just remember watching Mrs. Doubtfire and like seeing the hills and the undulation of all the roads and everything.
Yeah, I just rewatched that movie 2012, the disaster movie.
Dude, that movie. Oh wait,
2012.
The real one, 2012, or the spoof movie 2012, like the disaster movie.
Well, no, there's like okay,
Oh.
no, it's
I've seen the movie 2012.
yeah with John Cusack
Yeah.
and like the big Russian.
Yeah,
guy,
that
like,
movie,
Russia.
dude, I watched it when I was a kid, and I
Yeah.
honestly thought the world was going to end.
It's terrifying.
I watched it in theaters with my dad at a hockey tournament, and I just was mortified for like a week. I'm like, Dad, the world's going to end. Like, oh, I'm going to be dead.
If you do like a recent rewatch on it though, you'll be like, wow, the CGI is like
Horrible.
I could have done this in my computer. Like it's not good, not good at all.
No.
But you mentioned like California. I think that's like one of the first places that gets hit.
Yeah.
Because they have like the fault lines, like the San Andreas fault and all that kind of stuff was like breaking apart.
Yeah.
Yellowstone and everything was blowing up. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But there's one scene
It's
where
just
like
miraculously blowing up, too.
oh yeah, yeah.
It's like,
There's,
how is it? Where are these
there's
bombs coming
explosions
from?
coming from like 100 feet
It's
through
a
the
chemical
ground.
reaction.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
But the one scene in California, literally, like the coastline of California breaks in two, and then it just starts to slide into the ocean. And I'm like,
It's like, okay.
how's
Crazy.
How is this happening?
Yeah.
The movie's actually filmed in BC too.
Is it?
It was shot in BC.
Shout out PC.
Just like I think that's like everything now. It's like if you want to dub California, you just go to BC.
It's so much nicer.
And
It's way
cheaper,
more clean.
cheaper to film too.
Yeah, 100%. I think that California or BC, I haven't really been to California, so I can't speak about it, but we both been to BC, and it's for anyone out there, if you guys want to get like the real
Oh god.
out west experience, ditch the California idea, go out to BC. Vancouver Island's incredible. Victoria, that's super cool. We have family there. And then if you want, like even just Vancouver itself is pretty sweet. It's like it's 10 times better than Toronto.
It's like a cleaner Toronto.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's like a newer Toronto. Like
Yeah.
it's much newer.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like the infrastructure is there is better too. Like
100%.
Oh,
100%.
speaking of infrastructure though, with also like going back to the EV stuff,
Mhm.
it's all like the current infrastructure now of like the electric pumps and everything
Mhm.
that are being put in, like on fueling stations and all that, or pumping stations, whatever you want to call them, power stations.
Mhm.
It's being put in with tax dollars.
Really?
So like our infrastructure is paying for this fuel efficient stuff, or sorry, this energy
Which
efficient
probably
stuff.
no one even, how many people don't even want.
Exactly, because
Right.
there's going to come a time where not everyone's going to have an electric vehicle.
No.
The people, like even though
They're just doing it without even like
Yeah.
saying anything. Right?
like even though 2035 is like the cutoff point, it's if you still have a gas powered vehicle, you can still drive it.
yeah,
But
you're
the
just going to be
production-
paying
the
$14
production is
a
gonna
liter.
Stop. Yeah, it's going to be jacked up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't even want to imagine what that's going to
Could
be.
you? It would be they'll basically what they're doing now. It feels like is they're just making it. They're slowly increasing the fuel prices. Like fuel's what here $1.50 yesterday
Yeah.
a liter.
At least. Yeah.
So what is that a gallon? I don't know. For the states
Three
people that
something.
listen, it's like maybe $4 a gallon or
$3.90,
something like
yeah.
that. So they're gonna slowly make it unaffordable and unconventional to drive an internal combustion to the point where you're just like, okay, well, I might as well just buy a $90,000 electric car.
and that's the other thing, right?
It's like they're so expensive.
the
My
price
buddy,
is going to be huge.
my buddy, he bought one. I installed a charger for it in his garage, and he's like, dude, he's like, I spent like $14 pretty much on like charging his car, and he's had it for like 6 months. I'm like, that's crazy.
Wow.
That's a super thing. It's awesome. But like, I can't get past the part where it's like, I got to drive this car and I'm going to have to stop and just recharge constantly. And let alone if you buy like a Tesla and you're out of warranty and you need to replace the battery or whatever, you pretty much need to replace the entire electrical system.
I heard that. Yeah.
And
It's
it's
like a
north
write-off.
of like 20 grand.
Yeah.
So at that point, is it like, well, screw my Tesla. I'm just going to buy a new one for 90 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, it's expensive now. But I can't see like, what are they going to do? They're going to sell, okay, well, we'll sell these cars for this much now. And then once we start seeing more people come, we're just going to drop the price of the cars. That never happens.
It won't be that drastic.
They're never going to drop the price of a vehicle.
Yeah.
Once they know that they can sell it for that much,
Exactly. Yeah.
why would they?
They're going to maximize profits whenever they can.
100%. Absolutely. That's why, like, over the whole COVID thing, vehicle prices got jacked up. And now you see, like, even pickup trucks. Some, like, pickup trucks that were worth $65,000 prior to the COVID now, they're worth, like, they're $82,000 MSRP now. So now they know, Ford knows, or GM knows, or Chrysler knows that they can sell those vehicles for that much. Why would they drop the price on it?
But now they're not selling though. They're just sitting in the lots.
Yeah, they're just sitting. So
Like-
they're going to be like, okay, we got to get rid of these things.
Yeah.
And
And-
finally catching up to like their, like basically their backlog of vehicles when they couldn't
Mhm.
order because of the chip shortage. And some of them don't even have the parts for the chips in them. They're just selling them as is.
Yeah, or they're selling an outdated version or something. Like
Mhm.
I know we did that for sure at Chrysler. Like there was a couple times where we've had the shortages, but we've had like older parts, let's say, which is basically the same thing. It's just a stamp might say 2019 or 2022 or whatever the case is. But they obviously want to put the newest stuff in there, but it's the same part generally. So we've done that before. I know that
for sure.
And even like with the EVs, like they're gonna give out government rebates and all that kind of stuff too, and they're gonna try and make it more.
They're gonna be like, yeah, hey, we'll give you
enticing, I guess,
a $5,000 grant, but you got $70,000 still gotta buy this. Oh, great, thanks, great down payment. Yeah. Like what? Anyway, I'm just not sold by it. I know there's some people that are like, I don't mind the idea of a hybrid, like what they use in Formula 1 now. Like I think that's a smart idea, using the combustion engine charge the battery. Yeah, I think that's cool engineering. But going fully electric to me seems, it just seems kind of like, I can't find the word for it.
Ambitious.
Yeah, and it's ambitious. Yeah, but it's just like it's not practical.
Yeah,
that's what I should say.
It's not American.
It's not American. No, but I met these people in Alberta, or not in Alberta. I was in Punta Cana, and I met this family, super nice family. They live in Drayton Valley, and he was telling me that his one buddy, he bought the Ford Lightning pickup truck, basically just to say like, oh yeah, hey, I got the Ford Lightning, right? Be one of those guys. I guess he was like hauling his trailer through the mountains and everything, right? Ran out of battery in the mountains. You think there's car chargers in the mountains in Alberta?
Be fair, there's probably not a pump. There's not a gas station either.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the towing has, with an internal combustion engine, proven to be way better than with an electric car.
Oh, it's not like the strength, like the power.
The strength, the power, and how much fuel you use, right? Because this has been around forever. Combustion engines with a diesel or something, right? Like, yeah, you get great mileage on that towing, but with a battery, you're using so much more of that battery, like the power, voltage, whatever you want to call it.
Just drains it out, eh?
It just sucks it out, especially going uphill. So what, you're in the mountains with an electric car now that has no electricity. You can't use it as a generator. You can't do anything. You're just sitting there.
So what happened?
Got rid of it the next week. It's like, fuck this thing. I'm done.
Just leaves it on the side of the road.
I'm pretty sure. I think that's what happened, yeah. So, I mean, it depends. Like, down here, yeah, it's great. We don't really have the harshest winters in Windsor. But, I mean, up in, like, Saskatchewan and Manitoba and Alberta, once you get more north, I can't imagine those engines being reliable whatsoever.
And you're also, I don't want to get too conspiracy on it. I don't want to get too whatever, but it's also a form of like government control.
Dude,
of the
they
people,
can see everything,
it's like,
man.
Now we're
gonna have the cars that drive themselves.
We're telling you what you can and can't drive.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. The bigger picture of like green Earth, and I understand. But
World Economic Forum.
But you're not. You're still like telling me what I can and can't do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
If I want to go buy like a big gas guzzling Hummer or something.
Yeah. You should be able to do that 100%. But now they got the automotive companies on board with it, saying, okay, well, we're only going to be making those by that time. I saw like the Chrysler discontinued the Hellcat. These are the last Hellcats you can get, and the Charger Challenger. Camaros just got discontinued. The Mustang, they're coming out with a new Mustang this year, but like we're slowly starting to see those cars are just being taken over and EVs coming in, which anyway.
I really hope it does take off though. Like if like just for sale purposes and for my sake, like selfishly,
100%.
I hope we fucking sell the hell.
It'd be great.
I hope we sell the shit out of these things
for sure.
Because then I can keep my job.
It's like it's just like it's great. No, everything you want to do, but then you get out of work, you're like, fuck, I gotta drive one of these things now.
I know. I think I've never driven a Tesla, but like or been in.
I've been in one. It is really cool.
They're pretty sweet though.
It's pretty sweet too. Like it feels like you're kind of like it feels like you're honestly in a spaceship. So like if you punch it, you're constantly just getting glued back into your seat. Like there's no like lag from like a gear shift. Okay. You know, like when someone punches, and then it gradually. The Tesla's just constantly just holy. Like you're literally feel like you're in a space. It is cool. It's very cool. The engineering behind it's very cool. Elon Musk is awesome. I'm a big fan of Elon Musk, but I'm like, there's so many things that can go wrong with this vehicle, but I'm not an expert. Yeah. I'm not.
No,
we're just like most of it's just common sense. Yeah. We're not like talking. We're just this is opinions, right? I don't know any of the data. I don't know. This is my opinion on it, and if you guys don't like it, then sorry, don't watch.
And just in contrast to like the bigger like automotive companies like Chrysler, Ford, GM, they were like they're so far behind the technology of Tesla because for the longest time
Tesla's been going since
weren't
2008 or something like that,
well,
man.
probably before that.
Before maybe, I don't even know.
Maybe like production since '08, but like the planning and like the brain, it's
the
the
idea,
brainchild of
the
Elon
idea of
Musk,
it.
right? He probably had this for years.
Yeah.
And so, but
I'm
when
gonna
it
buy
comes,
Twitter.
yeah.
It's
But when it
crazy.
comes to like the bigger companies, like the automotive companies, they were so against it for such a long period of time that they were just kind of like, we're not going electric.
No, we're not even entertaining the
again,
thought.
like this isn't American.
No
We're
funding
gonna
going
do
towards
gas, whatever. We're
Yep.
they also had gas companies in their back pocket and everything too. So like
100%.
they're going to support that. Obviously.
All of them. They're all in.
So they're kind of shot themselves in the foot by not being behind it sooner because now their tech is so far behind what Tesla is,
and they're rushing
they're
to get it.
corners.
So now all the freaking the quality control and the quality of the vehicles are shit.
Yeah, just wait. Like I'm not going to buy the first ever
all
electric vehicle.
No, you want to buy like 2 or 3 gens after.
Have to.
Yeah, you can't buy the first prototype. It's a prototype.
Yeah.
Realistically, you're driving a prototype for $90,000.
Yeah, and the cool part about Tesla is that it's all like how do I say it? It's like it can be updated. Like like your phone does like an update, whatever.
Software updates.
Yeah, software.
Yeah, actually, my truck has that now.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, dude. Like I have the Ford Pass, and like I scheduled it for Saturdays. It was so weird. So I had to go to work. I worked on a Saturday, and I go and I walk to my truck, and my key fob's not working. I'm like, oh shit! So I try my door pad. What the hell's going on? And I look in my screen and it says software update. And I got to get to work. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I forgot I scheduled it for Saturdays. I don't normally work Saturdays. So I'm like, oh man, I'm like, how long is this going to take? So I'm sitting there just like outside freezing cold. It's in like early March. So it was cold. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm sitting there for 10 minutes. I'm like, I got to get to work. How long is this going to go? So finally like it stopped. I was able to get in my truck, turned it on. So many lights came on. I'm like, what the shut it off, and then I was reading you're supposed to like let your car sit for like another 5 minutes after the thing goes on, so I let it like chill. I'm like sitting in there, I'm like, oh, God, this is ridiculous. Turn it on, all the lights went off. But it's kind of cool that they have that, like the software updates keeps you in date, and then it also like has bug fixes for the computers in the cars,
right?
Because even though they're internal combustions, the computer systems, the sensors, and everything that you have in a vehicle is like there's 21 sensors on my truck or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it all costs like $1,500 to repair.
Yeah. But
So
that's good that it has that. 'Cause I remember I was reading it might have been a couple years ago. Like that's a newer thing I think for like vehicles like for Ford and like GM and everything.
Which is smart, dude.
It's smart.
It's very smart
because like I said, like Tesla, they can just like have a bug fix and they just patch it, update, and then you fix it,
and your car works fine.
With maybe a couple years ago with like other companies, they didn't have that feature available.
No.
For their vehicles, so it's like you get the base model and then you have that. It becomes the second you buy it, it's like obsolete and outdated. Yep. With Tesla, you can just keep updating
getting up
your
to
stuff.
the new stuff. Yeah, exactly. But actually, what we could talk about is Ford and Red Bull pairing up into
we didn't really talk about that at all.
No, that's super cool.
Very cool.
That's huge for Ford. And I know that this is getting on the EV topic, and I believe that I was doing a little bit of reading. It was on that formulanerds.com or something like that, and they were saying that Ford is going to produce a lot of the electronic components for Red Bull. Like maybe the battery, storage unit, the ERS system. I don't know. But we don't even know what the engines are going to be in 2026. Like, are they going to go fully electric? Don't think so. This is kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier. But I don't think that they'll probably do something where maybe, like you said, hydrogen, not electric hydrogen, but maybe just hydrogen powered. Yeah. Like combustion still, but hydrogen's the most reactive.
Is 26 when the partnership begins with Ford and Ferrari?
Yes.
No, sorry, Ford
and Red Bull, yeah.
Ford and Red Bull.
Yeah, 2026 is when it starts. I'm sure that they're definitely already in development though with them. Yeah. But like the 2026 is when they have the new engine come out. So they'll definitely be it'll be pretty cool. And Ford was really good with I believe it was Ford Benetton.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and
that
they won a world championship.
That's before our time.
Yeah, they won a world championship with Ford. So Ford's been in Ford Cosworth. Mm-hmm. They've been in Formula One before, and they've proven to be that they can run with the big dogs when it comes down to formula racing and.
Yeah, and it's got to help that they have 3 races now in the U.S.
Yes, yeah.
Like
so that might even
brand
be
exposure
something too, right? Yeah, brand exposure and expansion of Formula One going into different parts of the world.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, that's super cool. I'm down for that. Like I'm a Ford guy, you know that. So.
Yeah, I got to your
That's
house here,
awesome.
and there's like 3 Fords in the parking
Yeah,
lot. I was like, okay, well,
Zave's dad used to work at the Essex plant.
Yeah.
So he built a 5-liter. So I'm like, yeah.
I'm the asshole driving the Jeep Patriot. I'm just like, oh,
No, as long as you drive North American.
I don't belong here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's super cool, dude.
Want to talk about other possible tracks though that we can maybe see?
Dude,
You
man.
said
Like,
San Francisco might be kind of cool.
San Francisco would be cool. I just recently went to Nashville. I don't know if I probably said it like 3 times on the podcast. I've been telling. It was such a great time. Nashville was so cool, and if they did, I feel like Nashville's like the new Las Vegas.
Mm.
We were in an Uber and we were talking to the Uber driver, and we're like, "Dude, is it like this? Like, you know, like he's like, it never stops. He's like, every weekend, it's just they have to shut down Broadway. Like every weekend, it's a constant party. It does not stop. I'm like, this would be a great place for Formula One. I don't know where, because I really only stayed on one street.
Yeah.
But somewhere in Nashville, the amount of people that go there and like how it's such a big attraction now would be very cool to have a Formula One race.
Yeah,
and it's only 8 hours from us.
It's
Drive.
really blown up.
It has.
I got married in 2017,
Mhm.
and that was I think 2015, 16, 17. It started to like really get not get big, but it started to get some traction.
Yeah.
And
And it just out of nowhere.
and Kelly was like, yeah, like maybe we'll go to Nashville for a bachelorette party.
Mhm.
I'm like, don't go there.
Do not
Like,
go to Nashville.
I don't want you to go
Please don't go to Nashville. Yeah, I've seen some bachelorettes in Nashville, and they're risky.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. So I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe pump the brakes on that
come
one.
on. So, I don't think you should go to Nashville.
But you know, now that they're saying it's like it's the bachelorette capital of U.S. or
It
North
is.
America, wherever.
Yes, it is.
We
We actually met a bachelorette at our Airbnb. They were super nice. One was from Colorado, the rest of them were from Wyoming.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they were super nice girls. They were chilling. This one girl came up to us and she was talking to us by the pool. She's like, "Oh, hi, I'm here. I'm so and so." I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, what's going on? I'm never gonna see you again.
Very friendly people.
Yeah, you're very. Like, my buddy looks at her. He's like, "You're a little butterfly, eh?" It was great.
That's funny. No, I'm going there in August. So.
Oh, dude, you're gonna have time.
Yeah.
You're gonna have so much fun.
Was it good weather there too?
Dude, like we got there. Well, actually, on Friday there was a tornado.
Mm.
So we got there at like 4 o'clock, and we're all sitting there. It's kind of getting like dark over the city. And we're like, oh, you know, like maybe it gets dark early in Nashville. I don't know. And then the girls look on their phones like, there's a tornado coming to Nashville. I'm like, really? Good thing we're up on the 5th floor.
Mm.
So we kind of just look, whatever. We turn on like they had like a YouTube TV and Airbnb, so we had the news and everything. So we're just watching, like, oh yeah, it's like a touchdown tornado, like right, like it was within 45 minutes in Nashville, I think, like from the actual downtown city.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it didn't end up hitting the city. Just insane winds. We drove on their way there. If we stayed in Kentucky in Elizabethtown, drove through there, and the rain throughout the day was like, dude, literally, like, we know when you're on the highway and it's raining so hard that you physically can't see anything in front of you. So like traffic kind of slowed, and we were just like pushing. We're like, wow, this is a lot of rain, and it was probably from the tornado. But other than that, dude, like it got really warm at night, like humid at night. It was nice. It was probably like 75 degrees at night. Wow. So we're like walking from like bar to bar at night. I was sweating, and then the day after was like sunny, like blue skies, sunny, like 73.
That's awesome.
Just sitting there, and like it was windy, but it didn't matter. We were just sitting by the pool. I don't know if you can see it on my camera. I'm usually white as a ghost on my phone.
You probably will be.
But I've developed somewhat of a tan.
Yeah.
Just from that day.
Once it renders down, it might change the lighting.
We'll just put a filter on it or something.
Go to Oompa Loompa. I'll just change you.
I do.
Make your orange hat. I'll just match your orange hat to your face color. I'll pair that up together. Yeah, no, I'm excited to go. I've been wanting to go for a while now, and I got time off work in August, so let's just do it.
You're gonna have such a fun time. Yeah. It's pretty cost like effective too. It's not bad. Like there's no cover, so you go to a bar, no cover, dude. So like we probably went to 7 or 8 bars, and imagine they were $10 cover. That's another $80 American for the trip, which there's no cover. And then each bar has like it's almost like I think almost every bar that I went into had like 3 floors, all live music, just the time of your life. And it's not only like country. People get that mistaken. It's a country theme for sure. Like, you know, like I wear cowboy boots, jeans, everything. But you kind of get what you want. So like if you want to go to like a bar that plays like country only, you're going to go to like a honky tonk bar, which they have. There's, if you want to listen to like, you want to do EDM, dance, whatever, like kind of a club feel, there's a bar for that. If you want a mixture of everything, there's a bar for that. Like
That's
Jason
cool.
Aldean's, Luke Bryan's is the coolest place. You walk into these two bars, they're next to each other, but they merge on the third floor.
Oh,
So you're like intertwined with the two bars, and there's no barrier, there's nothing. It's just like boom, merge.
that's very cool.
And then like Luke Bryan's, like the second floor had music, and the third floor of Aldean's had music up on the rooftop. Like that was the video that I sent you.
Yeah.
They played Lose Yourself, they played country music, they played like some dance, like Danza Caruto, like literally everything. The DJ killed it. DJ Donnie D. That was his name. He was great, man. Yeah, it was awesome. It was so
Shout out
cool,
to
dude.
Donnie D.
I didn't expect it though. I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a good time. Like I like country music, so I'm like, this is gonna fit me. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But they played everything, and like the guy played it like right at the perfect time. You know, and you're just like, oh, I wish the guy played this song.
Yeah.
Plays it.
Came on.
It's great.
See, that's the city adapting to like the new vibe
yeah.
of like
and
what
they're
it is, right?
expanding it.
Yeah.
Like they're expanding to like pull that crowd in, so that people don't think just like, oh, this is just like a country town. It's like it's in the middle of Tennessee, but it's not like just strictly country. It's a theme, and it's fun to be part of the theme of country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everyone's having a good time. The food there was incredible.
Yeah.
Went to this place called Martin's Barbecue Joint. It's like a big smokehouse. So good. We went to the Friday Beers. You know that?
Oh, yeah.
We went to their bar called Almost Friday.
Oh, nice.
They have one in Nashville. Super cool. Probably like not the worst bar we went to, but definitely the most like low key kind of bar. Like it was cool. It wasn't as big. There was no rooftop. It's just like one area.
Yeah, it's not gonna knock your dick off.
No. And I couldn't even imagine what it costs to like own like a restaurant there.
Yeah, a lot of hidden
Especially
costs.
on Broadway.
Like, I've always had to be a cool thing to have like a pizza place or like a bar or something like that. But
Yeah.
like if you actually sit down and look at the logistics behind it, like
Yeah.
you better have a lot of capital coming in.
100%, dude.
Like, or else you're screwed.
I guarantee you though, those bars, what they make in like a day to night, I guarantee they take home like 50 grand.
Oh, they gotta.
No, like that's in your pocket after
Yeah.
expenses, after wages,
Yeah.
after like you said, capital, everything. They're pocketing 50 grand. The money, like, it's crazy. If I was a bar, I would kill myself if I was a bartender there. You're constantly, there's no breaks, there's nothing, because the bars fit y'all. The tips are insane, but the bars fill up at like 9, and then they go until 3 a.m.
Is there like a curfew? Is there a cutoff?
3 a.m. I think it was. I can't really remember. Yeah, we stayed out. Me and my buddy got back to our place at like 5 a.m. on Saturday.
You had a time.
Well, Sunday morning, and then we drove home. That was the worst drive home ever. I highly recommend flying if you can, especially if you're gonna party it up. But yeah, it was a good time. Just a stinky GMC Tahoe.
Damn gas guzzling GMC Tahoe.
It stunk in there.
Should've gone electric.
Yeah. Get some better airflow in it.
Can they make okay? This is one of the dumbest questions of all time. Can they make electric planes?
So okay, my buddy's
Can
a
you make
pilot.
like a hybrid plane?
My buddy's a pilot, and he said there's no way. They're so far from being able to do that. It would actually be the most unpractical
It'd
thing.
be a spaceship.
Could you imagine though?
It'd be a spaceship.
You run out of battery in midair,
Yeah, the insurance on that's gonna be high,
dude. It's not like there's that would be, your flights would cost an insane amount, I guarantee. But like, that in its own is so unpractical. The funny thing too is like going back to how you be like mining and everything for lithium and cobalt and all that shit. They use, and they have to use, huge like backhoes, excavators, all this equipment that runs on diesel.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no way that an electric car or electric engine would be able to do anything that does.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
the mining process is almost worse than the consumption of like a fuel vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, and we just talk about like Joe Rogan, like he's been on that pod, he's been preaching this forever now too, with like, I don't know, like what was it?
He's not sold on it either, Joe Rogan.
No.
Talking about the Congo?
The Congo.
The Congo with the cobalt?
He's
yeah,
been
I know.
preaching how it's like unfair treatment of workers.
Dude,
and,
it's
like, slave
slavery.
labor.
It's
Basically.
literally slavery, 100%.
And not to mention like the other cobalt source is in China, which I mean they're not gonna give us a fair wage probably or a fair deal on like getting that to us.
But they're
here.
gonna make the maximum profit.
Yeah, so
Yeah, man,
it's not gonna be the best for North America, I think.
No, but just think about it though. Like even our phones though. Like they got cobalt, everything, all the shit that's mined from those. Yeah, we're enjoying our life with our phone. These people are working for I don't know what a peso a day. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is in
peso
the
in the
Congo. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what the
I don't
Congo
think they
dollar
deal with
is.
pesos in the Congo.
A Kong? One Kong?
Sure, we call it a Congo.
Sure, we'll call it a Kong. Dog treat. Yeah. We got the Masters going here, though.
Yeah, Max Homa, good boy.
200? Yeah, he's a beauty.
Brooksy's a leader right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I really
Minus 10.
I really hope he doesn't win. He's minus 10?
Yeah. But he came out early, so
That
like
guy's a head case, man.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like a lot of Formula One fans watch golf too. You know what I mean? Like I feel especially in North America.
Crossover there.
Yeah, I feel like especially in North America, Formula One is just like obviously it's a sport that no one's. Oh wow, it's a dart. Formula One's a sport that no one's gonna ever be able to do. No one. I mean, one person realistically is from North America is in Formula One.
Yeah.
So them like and like watching golf like
Well,
we can go golfing. Who's the other North American? Oh fucking yeah, but whatever. Lance Stroll, who has actually been doing pretty good this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you give Lance a little bit of credit.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't think I'll ever really like Lance. To be honest with you,
Okay, you don't have to.
I don't like his face.
You don't have to.
But yeah, like like I feel like golf and Formula One are a really good crossover. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
A lot of people golf, and I mean, majority of the people that I've golfed with, they'll talk about Formula One. Thanks to Drive to Survive.
That's the kicker.
That was huge. Drive to Survive.
And I mean, North America, we've had NASCAR forever.
NASCAR.
So it's like,
and I've actually watched the Indy 5. No, not the Indy 500. It was the Daytona 500.
Daytona, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching NASCAR.
No, yeah, it's fun.
It's pretty cool.
You're going in a circle 385 times, but like it's pretty cool.
100%. If I was there, like be pounding back beers, it would be the best time
you'd
of my
have
life.
to.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the Michigan International Speedway this year.
I think they always have the one in August or something.
Yeah, it's like the first week in August. Like the first. Yeah, pretty sure it's the first week.
You want to go?
Yeah, I'm going with my buddies. If you want to come with us, 100%. Let's go.
I'll go.
Party it up in Michigan.
That'd be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, for like F1, obviously it's a European dominated sport.
Yes.
Like 100%. That's duh.
Mm-hmm.
But like that coming over here, so like the European movement, I think is also bigger in. Sorry, the electric movement is bigger in Europe than it is here in North America.
Mm-hmm.
It's just again we have all the manufacturers here.
Exactly.
Like the biggest manufacturers in the world. Like obviously you buy GM vehicles and
they're being shipped
Ford
from here,
going to Europe as well. So like
yes,
if the demand's there from Europe,
mm-hmm.
then I guess we can support that too.
Yeah, for
At
sure.
the same time, it's a lot to ask. It's a lot to sink your teeth into for like just
that.
Like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree.
Again, I hope it kicks off. I do hope it takes off. Maybe not for the best reasons, I guess, but like I hope for my selfish sake that I can just build the fuck out of this for 20 years and then retire.
Yeah. Dude, my buddy sent me this crazy idea, and it was actually a really cool electric vehicle idea. So it's almost like if you can envision like a subway track, like a rail. Pretty much underneath the roads, but it's a power. It's like a power source. Basically, like your car drives in that lane, and it charges it as it goes. It's just like a source of power. Just think of like just think of a wire that goes underneath the road. Every road, which would take. This is extremely like an astronomical idea. Like it's probably never going to happen. Mm-hmm. But you have a wire under all the roads, and if you have your electric car, you drive on that. You drive in that lane. It charges your car as you drive. That would be really cool. Too bad we didn't think of this in 1865 when we were building roads.
Well, they had trolley cars back then.
Yeah, they
on
did.
Electric wires and shit.
Yeah, they did.
Why
didn't they just think of putting it underground?
Well, someone said there's an electric Mercedes right here.
Yeah. Mercedes would be the first one to do it.
Probably.
Like really go full and have no internal combustion. I bet you Mercedes will be the ones to do it.
Leave it to the Germans, man.
The Germans.
They'll do it.
They're crazy. Porsche has a really cool, like a really
Porsche
nice, really nice electric car.
But yeah, someone during that meeting I was in for work, they mentioned a trolley system being brought back for like just Windsor, like in the downtown area.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's like the problem is though is we had this.
Yeah.
Why like
we're going?
And then we got rid of it. Now we're gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Detroit has a pretty cool Like or Toronto. No, Toronto has the
They have
trolleys.
trolleys. They
They
have
still have all
trolleys,
the
too.
cool. That's cool. But like they ripped it apart in Windsor. It's their fault. Like why would they do that? Why would they get rid of it?
I don't think it was
Even it's
big
nice to
enough,
have.
Really.
It's
I don't
nice
think
to
it
have
was-
historically though,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know if it was popular enough.
Yeah.
I mean, not popular, but I don't know if the population was like big enough to support it.
It's funny how things in time, like they kind of come back in.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna be riding horses and carriage. Could you imagine?
It's the ultimate fuel efficient.
Horse and carriage, man. You might get there tomorrow, but
Then you need horse disposal if they die.
yeah, just put them and throw them in Lake St. Clair.
That's not a good idea.
See ya.
You
We
see,
get-
like, hind
It would
legs just cruising by, like-
create a lot of jobs. We could hire people to clean up the shit off the fucking roads. That would create jobs. Compost. Yeah, that would create a lot. There'd be a lot of horse poop or manure.
It's not the worst idea.
Manure? No, it's pretty good. If you want to be maximum fuel efficient, maximum energy efficient, ride horses.
Mhm.
But then let's get PETA involved.
Oh, they won't.
no, they want that to happen.
Um,
They don't even want like the New York or Detroit. No, Detroit has the horseback, the policeman on
Mhm.
horseback.
Yeah.
Dude, the PETA, all these people, they rip them apart for riding a horse in the city
because
it's an abuse to the horse, I guess.
he's not like
What does a
roaming- he's
horse
not
do-
roaming free?
What does a horse do in the wild? Okay, it roams free. It runs around. It eats grass, and then you know what happens? It gets mauled by a mountain lion. That's what happens. So you think that you're being like all super like PETA thing? A horse isn't a predator; it's prey.
Exactly.
Okay, a mountain lion is gonna jump on the thing's back, grab it by the jugular, choke it out with oxygen, and then it's gonna eat it. That's what's gonna happen to a horse. You know what's gonna happen to cows if they're not fenced in?
Same thing.
Do you think a cow is going to defend itself? No. How can it defend itself? It's the
Pack
same
of-
videos that you
pack of
see with
wolves.
same videos you see with mountain or with lions in Africa and deer. That's what happens to these animals. Would you rather them just die like that?
Yeah.
Have a
And-
terrible die? No.
I mean,
I'd rather eat it.
give credit to the gazelles. Like they're genetically trained to run away. A cow, I ain't gonna run away.
You think a cow's going to run away after just eating grass all day and just sleeping and shitting?
No.
No. Like that's what happens to these animals in the wild. And
It's
if you
nature.
also
That's nature.
if you want to get into the vegan thing, if you want to kill the most things, this is a Ted Nugent thing on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
If you want to kill the most things, be a vegan. Because all the plants that you eat, everything that you eat, you know how many insects, rodents, like small game animals that are killed during the cultivation of that?
Mm.
They don't want to think about that. But you're killing tons of animals just to eat your corn of cob.
But it's not
or
the
whatever.
cute animals.
No, it's not the cute animals. But hey, if
That's
you want,
why
if we're all
that's why
for
they're
animals,
picking and choosing of
yeah,
like who to support.
100%, dude. I want to eat steak. I'm gonna eat steak the rest of my life. 100%. I love it.
Mm.
It's great, and I'm not gonna eat horse. I will not eat horse meat.
Unless you have to.
No. Yeah, if it came down to it.
If you go all electric, and then we might have like no
maybe.
jobs left, no money left. We might
I'm gonna
have
have
to go to horses.
Hey, I would kill for a horse ham. Yeah, that's awesome.
People do eat horse though. I think that's like a real. I
can
don't think
imagine
it
that.
happens.
I don't
all
think
the
there's
time.
any religion against not eating horse. Are we supposed to only eat fish today? Yeah.
Yep.
It's Good Friday.
We're having,
That's why you're going to the
some fish.
sand.
We're going to sandbar.
That's why you're going to the
Yeah.
sandbar.
I think they have like a halibut or something and like some
Yeah,
cod,
dude, their food's so good. there.
4-piece cod
Oh, it's
basket
bomb,
or something.
man. I'm a big fan of the sandbar.
They've
Yeah.
changed a little bit, eh?
They have.
It's upscaled.
Yeah.
I think.
100% it's upscaled. Like them and the Harbor House.
Yeah.
Harbor House is decent. It's
Mhm.
pretty cool. I like it. I don't mind it. Like
I went-
Sammy and I went for
gone-
brunch one day there. It's a really nice brunch actually.
Yeah. I haven't gone
Yeah.
to it since it's changed over because it used to be Lily Kazilli's.
Lily Kazilli's, yeah.
I went to it when I was there.
Yeah, remember A-Bars?
Yeah, I've never been to that, but yeah.
I didn't go to the bar, but we did like in high school. We did like a really cool, basically like a prohibition field trip because I was in American history, and we did. We went to A-Bars, and A-Bars was like actually one of the biggest rum-running
Yes.
bars, like bootlegging bars that
Yeah.
went across the border. So as for people that don't know, we live right on the border of Detroit, or sorry, the States, and then Lake St. Clair cuts us apart. So back in like the 1920s, Hiram Walkers pretty much started in Windsor, and that's like your Canadian Classic, your Wisers, all that whiskey's made in Windsor. And we would have rum runners that would run across Lake St. Clair or drive across Lake St. Clair and bring booze to the States when they were in Prohibition.
Yep.
And because we didn't have it here for a bit, I'm pretty sure.
I think
we
it
were
did
good
get
here.
brought here, but
It did,
for
yeah, but
a
not for
couple
long,
years-
like not as long as the States did.
Yeah, for a couple of years, we were the
Yeah.
only producing,
Alcohol.
alcohol producing
Yeah.
country in North America.
Yeah.
Still going strong.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool now. They're fishing out like Model Ts from the bottom of Lake St. Clair, like all the cars that fell through the ice when it wasn't frozen. So, but yeah, no, that was cool. I think that's one of the coolest history.
It's a rich history. There's tons of like not documentaries, but like books and scrapbooks that put together and stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You can take tours of Higham Walker and like the depths of Higham Walker
and then
do the basement.
Yeah, that we did that. Yeah, they had like a little kind of like a speakeasy room at the bottom.
Yeah.
And they had I guess there was a bullet hole inside the brick. They said it was from Al Capone. But I mean, you can say that it's from Al Capone.
He was
definitely there. Oh, 100%, dude.
But
absolutely.
To say specifically that one bullet hole was his, I mean, that's a little far-fetched.
Someone could have shot it the other day. That's from Al Capone.
Yeah. They're not doing like casing testing and make sure
Vids or it didn't happen, dude.
No, it's really cool. And I remember there's this one church down there too. The Our Lady
Mount Carmel.
No,
I don't know.
No, it's Our Lady something.
Our Lady Peace.
It's a band. Canadian. But no, it's called something like that. There's a church right on the water, and there's a big cross at the top of the church.
Oh yeah.
It's like electric. It's like a neon looking cross, so it lights up.
Okay.
Story goes that was a gift from Al Capone, and because like that church was used as like
a speakeasy
kind of thing, or something.
Blind pig.
And
I don't know what that
so
means.
when the story was that whenever they want to make a run across the water, they would light the cross up to make sure
that's
it's
sick.
like a signal to let them know that it's clear, because you can see it straight across the water.
Really?
Because there's like trees and foliage there now, but like 100 years ago there wasn't. It's good pull, eh? There's stuff there.
That's so funny. Jan and I safe word foliage.
There's stuff there that wasn't there 100 years ago, so you can like clearly see it across. If you see the light go up, okay, it's clear to go across the water. Like, well,
that's crazy.
We'll send a run.
Is this the church that's right on Riverside Drive?
Yeah, it's they have like.
Is it like on Drouillard and Riverside?
No, it's closer to Walker than Riverside.
Okay, I don't know.
You definitely drove past a million times.
For sure.
Maybe it is Drouillard. Maybe
I think is it the church that the cop always sits in when you drive down Riverside Drive?
They host weddings there now.
Dude, I know the church you're talking
I forget.
about. I 100% know the church you're
Water's
talking
Edge is what it's called. It's called Water's Edge.
It's right across from where all those white silos are.
Yes,
I know the exact church you're talking about. So it has like a neon thing at the top.
Yeah, it's a big
That's
white
sweet.
cross, and I don't know if they light it up anymore, but that was the story. Like when it was clear to go across the water, like no cops around, no patrol, they would light it up as like a signal. They would bring the rum across, bring the liquor across, and they shut it down. And it was just like, you're good to go. And then they just dart across.
Wow,
and it's still there.
Sick. I didn't know that.
It's still there.
That's awesome. Welcome to Windsor History 101.
Yeah, man. We got a lot.
It's a historic city. People give it a bad rap because, it's, I guess, the armpit of Canada. But that's really just Chatham.
That was
Sarnia.
Colbert that said that. I think Colbert said on his like show.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, he said that we were like the armpit or like the butthole of Canada. Or something.
No, that's like Sarnia and Chatham.
No, but he said it on his show.
He said it like Windsor.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like from years ago, but Colbert like did a segment on Windsor somehow.
And like Caesars or something.
I don't know. It
Did
was, it was on his like TV show that he had.
What if?
The Colbert Report. He was like, it was like a Jon Stewart. Like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And he said it, and he's like, oh yeah, Canada, or Windsor, the armpit of Canada, or butthole or armpit. It's not very nice.
No, it's terrible. I kind of want to have a couple words with Stephen Colbert. Imagine.
Hey, Steve,
come on down here. Come back down here, Steve. Probably never returned because he knew he'd just get his ass kicked.
Yeah, like a little dweeb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. I can't even remember what I said. We should start the podcast with, like when we started. We just
has the podcast started yet?
yeah. Just talk about EVs.
Yeah,
that was, I guess, pretty much the topic. It was EVs.
Yeah,
talked a lot about that.
We thought that we were gonna go one direction, and we
went a completely different direction.
That's fine.
Yep.
We're like Zayn. We went a different direction.
Oh my god, man!
Not one direction.
That's the guy.
Harry Styles.
Harry? Didn't he win an Oscar or something?
No.
I thought, or not an Oscar. Fuck, a Grammy.
That sounds right.
Grammy.
I haven't followed that shit in so long,
dude. I haven't watched any of it. I really just like to watch YouTube.
Same.
Be honest with you, I'm just huge on YouTube. I don't even really watch Netflix that much anymore, or like, I'm just big on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Much better.
I have like my certain channels that I follow. And
speaking of YouTube,
if
you guys are ever on YouTube and you're interested, hopefully we're talking to the viewers, but also some new people. Hit us up at the Brezen F1 account, and hit your like and subscribe button. And if you guys enjoy, Formula One and just hanging out with the boys, and I hope you like it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Pretty much all we do. Like,
Yeah.
This
is kind of like the first podcast we've ever really had, just chatting it up. And it's not really talking about Formula One, but just in general, like we're talking about the automotive world.
Just things that we want to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
With maybe a twist on Formula One. But we hit a bunch of different stuff today. And
we did.
If you guys like it, then we'll continue doing this. You can get us on Apple Podcasts too, Spotify, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think Apple Podcasts are a little bit more popular on.
Yeah, probably.
Than Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Twitter, Instagram.
We're
posting stuff on there all the time.
All that jazz, yeah. Yeah, big on the YouTube Shorts.
Man,
big on the YouTube.
Our last
shorts.
one,
I was pretty surprised.
I'll tell you off air what we got.
I gotta pee.
I'll tell you off air.
Do
you want to wrap it up then? Yeah, it's about an hour done.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
No way, really? An hour?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Time flies, bro.
God. All right. Well, yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap it up then. We will see you in what? Maybe 2 weeks? Maybe 1 week? Maybe a couple days.
Like we said, Baku at the end of the month.
Yeah. Kind of sucks.
If we can get together again sometime before that, then we'll do it again.
Yeah. Luckily, it's a holiday today, so we're both have the day off work, which is nice. And we'll probably have Frank back next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor. We didn't even really tell him that we were doing this. Yeah, it's okay. All right, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.